I'm Sydney Pix from Madison Studios. We also, at our studio, do wedding photography under the name of Be Creative. Now today we're going to look at what is wedding photography, and it's recording a family's history and catching the emotions and the moments of the day. Today we're going to look at wedding equipment and what the checklist is you need to have, props for the wedding. We need to look at the groom getting ready, the bride getting ready. We're going to look at what happens at the church, the bridal group shots, what we have to do there with and without the bride, wedding shoot ideas, because you can't go to a location and have no ideas. You've got to understand every shot before you get there. We're going to look at how to shoot the reception. We're also going to look at tips and marketing. What we're going to look at now is your wedding equipment checklist. You must make yourself a list so it's a reminder the day before, have everything together ready. What I've got on my checklist for someone just starting out would be the following. You'd need 2 cameras. One camera you can keep around your neck and the other you're shooting with, because if one camera fails, the wedding won't stop. You've got to have another one to pick up and start shooting, and it should be ready to go. Maybe you could have black and white in one and coloured film in the other, and keep interchanging throughout the day. You'd have 2 lenses, because often one lens can fail you, or you want a wide angle lens and a zoom lens. Batteries. You may be using a digital camera, or your actual film 35mm camera might take batteries. Take spare batteries and take spares of spares. You can't have too many spares of batteries and equipment at a wedding. You'll need a flash for the top of your camera, and maybe the little softbox we talked about. Remember, if you're using digital camera, you'll need digital cards, and you may need to have a digital Xbox drive that you can burn cards down onto, or have enough cards to last you the day. They come in 256, 512 cards, or 1 meg cards. 1 meg would do a whole wedding. If you're using film, it's great to take 400 speed film and maybe a couple of rolls of 100 speed film. With the 400, you probably need 10 to 15 rolls to be on the safe side. You need a tripod, but don't forget the adapter. Screw it on the bottom of your camera before you go. You can't forget the adapter to go with the tripod. A monopod is a single pole that you can just quickly drop down and shoot with. That's often a good idea too, and sometimes they have a different adapter for the top of that. Make sure you've got that separate adapter. Lens caps are very important. We don't want any dust getting inside the camera or on the front of the lenses. A ladder. It may be a small ladder. You might have a van or a small car and fit a small ladder inside. It's great for the pose shots where you can get up high looking down on a group or the whole church group. You might need to get up and get on the top of a roof, for instance, and get a whole shot of everybody looking up at you. They can make good shots, but remember safety. You also need a list of props, and to bring all your props. Pose cards. Now we'll look at the pose cards later. And the pose cards is simply a little book about the size of a business card book, and we've cut out photos and put them in there to remind us of photos that we want to get on the day. Maybe some plexiglass mirror in black, and this can often be great. We only need a piece 2 foot by 1 foot or a couple of feet wide, and we put the shoes, the flowers, other little important things that you might want to photograph that'll give reflection without being a mirror. And we'll look at that a little bit later.